Leaving the Denali Highway, I turned north on the Richardson Highway. I knew that the two most challenging and remote gravel sections were now behind me, but ahead lie thousands of miles of road still to be explored. By now, I'd been on the road for more than a week, and I settled nicely into a routine. Sunny skies and mountain views accompanied me all the way to Delta Junction, where I got a hot meal and a chance to wash the dust from my clothes. Only carrying 2 sets of clothes means I can never pass up a chance to do some laundry. The next day, towards Tok, was my first introduction to the Alaska Highway. This road was perhaps the most trafficked road yet, but I only had to share it with the occasional vehicle, bear, or moose. For every cyclist, food is a necessary fuel, and up here there are often 100 miles or more between services. I carry as many calories as possible in my bear canister. I've met a handful of other cyclists along this route. At night, we might meet up at a campground and swap stories about food, gear, weather, and food again. By this point, the gravel tires that I needed at the start of my trip were starting to wear thin, and a small puncture was beginning to become a bigger problem. I packed extra parts and always had a plan B or plan C, but it's never fun to make repairs on the side of the road. Here I am, eating on the bike. Here I am, eating at a gas station. As I crossed into the Yukon territory, their slogan is "larger than life." And for the most part, this is true. But my first night in the Yukon, I found their accommodations to be somewhat smaller. The next day was filled with more of the same, and I was expecting a 2 or 3 day ride into Whitehorse, the capital city of the Yukon Territory. I was getting hungry for some civilization and a fresh green salad. But before I'd get there, I still had hundreds of miles to go. But the wildlife kept me company and always put on a show. Another night in a tent that never really gets dark. The storm clouds appeared on the horizon. I could hear thunder reverberating down the mountain valley. The light in Alaska is subtle, but always changing. As I biked, the occasional car coming from the other direction would slow, roll down their window, and give me a heads up about a grizzly up ahead. This, of course, would put me on high alert and begin a constant scan of the roadside brush and spike my adrenaline. About half a day from Whitehorse, my tires finally gave up, and my attempts to reseat my new tires were not going as planned. After some frustration and a good enough for now solution, I took it as a sign to cut the day short and camp here at Destruction Bay. Grizzlies are so common in this area that they put an electric fence around the tent campsites. It's solar powered. I was comforted to know the sun wouldn't be going down that night. Destruction Bay is truly beautiful, and I was grateful that there was a silver lining inside my flat tire. The next morning, I finished the ride into Whitehorse and went straight to the bike shop, only to find many of the businesses shut down for a national holiday. But McDonald's was serving poutine, and that salad can wait for one more day. If you'd like to dive deeper into this adventure, see more of my art, and read the full story, go to drawnThere.com to order a copy of my book, The Art of Bikepacking.